Hey, what's going on, Ram fans? Got my Week 10 power rankings for you. A little bit of shuffling at the top, some minor changes in the green room. No new teams that are categorized as done. Their season is over. I still have 8 teams listed there. Who are the 8 teams whose seasons are over? Well, the Browns, the Saints, the Raiders, Patriots, Panthers, Giants, Jags, and Titans. And as I mentioned in the pod the other day, 2 teams on the brink. Yeah, you might argue that the Dolphins are done as well, but at 2-6, still a really good team. They really are. Almost pulled the upset off over the Bills. Get the Rams on Monday Night Football. That's going to be a tough game. Could be a really fun game, but I'm not crossing them out. I'm not totally giving up on them. Hopefully, after Monday night, we can say the Dolphins are done. And the other team, the Jets, at 3-6, they could also go on a run. If you look at their schedules, not too overwhelming moving forward, so I'm not counting them out. Now, the green room, I have one new team entering the green room and 2 teams leaving the green room. Out of the green room are the Seahawks and the Cowboys. Cowboys are a team that I had a lot of faith in. I thought they were going to be a pretty good football team, and I looked at their offensive line and their running backs. I should have hedged my bet there. It's not working for the Cowboys, especially with their defense dinged up. In the Seahawks, they're one of 3 or 4 teams that I think the public has been overrating. The other ones being the Packers and the Steelers. And yeah, the Seahawks at 3-0 start. Look at who they played. And they're coming back down to earth pretty hard. They did beat the Falcons. Man, Falcons, we really needed you to win that one. So the Seahawks and Cowboys are out of the green room. New team in the green room, and I've talked about the Cincinnati Bengals. We tend to forget about them, but they're a team that could really go on a run with that quarterback they have, Joe Burrow. Some offensive weapons there, and they seem to do this every year. They have a beginning of the season, they really struggle. They go on a run, and then Joe Burrow gets hurt. So if Joe Burrow stays healthy and finishes the season, the Bengals could be a playoff team. They're 4-5 right now. So I have them in the green room along with the Falcons. And no, they're not in my top 12. Another team that I think is, hey, they have the easiest schedule in the league. And then they beat the wounded Cowboys. And someone made a comment, one of the color commentators, that they are going to be a force in the playoffs. And I'm not quite buying it yet. They are still in my green room, along with the Cardinals, another team on the rise. They just need to be a little more consistent, but they're starting to scare me a little bit. Then I have the Bears, who, man, I have a feeling they're having some. Maybe the coach there is losing the room a little bit. Just have a sneaky suspicion. Some of the things I read after that Hail Mary loss to the Commanders and then thrown a dud in Arizona. The Broncos, really good defensive team, but if the opposition is able to put points up on the board against that defense, the offense can't keep up. We saw that with their big loss to the Ravens. And who else do I have here? Well, our Rams. Our Rams are still in the green room, not ready to propel them into the top 12. If they beat the Dolphins and a couple of these teams in the top 12, maybe struggle a little bit, Rams may re-enter. First things first, they got to beat the Dolphins. But man, this is a really fun Rams team, and I've seen them ranked. I think they're in the mid-teens at this point on most power polls, and me having them in the green room outside the top 12 pretty much syncs up with that. So who are my top 12? Well, my number 12 team dropping 5 spots, the Packers. I don't know about these Packers. Another team I think is getting a little bit too much love for Jordan Love, perhaps. So they get hammered at home by the Lions. Final score wasn't that bad, but I don't think that was a very good showing by the Packers or Jordan Love. The Steelers were on their bye, so they're still 6-2. They're my number 11 team, holding steady. Jumping up 2 spots, the LA Chargers. You got to give that defense credit, right? Man, pretty impressive. giving up 101 points, and 7 of those points were garbage points to the Browns at the end of the game there. And my number 9 team dropping one spot. Actually, I'm sorry, moving up one spot from number 10 to number 9, the Washington Commanders. A lot of these teams leapfrogging the Packers, Commanders. That was a little closer than I expected with the Giants there. So, moving forward, Commanders still have a little bit to prove. They can't, put it on Jaden Daniels every game and expect him to play brilliantly and carry that team to victory. Some other guys got to step up, especially the defense. Minnesota Vikings move up one spot from number 9 to number 8, getting back in the win column after 2 straight losses. And let's see, who else we got here? We have the San Francisco 49ers also leapfrogging the Packers. They are on a bye along with the Steelers. If they start to get healthy, they'll be climbing some more. They're number 7 right now. I saw one power ranking with them at number 13. Not buying it. This team is still really good. Some question marks. I have some questions about their quarterback, Brock Purdy. But if he has all his weapons and his defense gets it together, Brock Purdy will be just fine. My number 6 team, dropping one spot, the Houston Texans lost that Thursday night game, and they basically switched spots with the Ravens. So the Texans go from 5 to 6, Ravens go from 6 to 5. Ravens hammered the Denver Broncos, a really good defense, man. Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry. Hey, what more can you ask for? And the Philadelphia Eagles riding steady at number 4, another win. They're at 6-2, and man, Eagles Commanders game's going to come down to that. And the Bills holding steady at number 3. They get another win against a good Dolphins team at home. Took a 61-yard field goal at the end there, but a win's a win. Really good football team. And in fact, I would say these top 5 are the only teams that I would characterize as really good football teams right now. The number 2 team, the Chiefs, that was a surprising result on Monday night to the Bucks without their top 2 receivers, taking them into overtime. Bucks should have went for 2. Should have went for the win, in my opinion, on the road against Patrick Mahomes. Go for it. Sitting in my living room, it's an easy decision to make. Not so much on the sideline, but so the Chiefs improved to 8-0, but they are not better right now than my number 1 team, the Detroit Lions. And just not. I saw one power poll where the Lions were like 4th or 5th. No, they're the best team of football right now, and they made a trade there today to make up for the loss of Aiden Hutchinson, Zadarius Smith being added to that roster. That's a good move. So the Lions are number 1. And these top 5 are the 5 teams that I would qualify as good, really good football teams right now. The Lions, Chiefs, Bills, Eagles, and Ravens. And there's a group underneath them. They got a little proving to do. The 49ers, I think, would be in that group. When healthy, they will be in that group. They'll be in that top 5 group. But right now, not so much. So that is my Week 10 power rankings. Hope you enjoyed that. Maybe we'll be talking about the Rams at number 10, 11, or 12 next week. Got to take care of the Miami Dolphins. And historically, that has been a real challenge for the Rams, a 2-12 record against the Dolphins. It's a trend. I don't know if there's a cause effect here, but it's still a scary trend. And the fact that Sean McVay has struggled against AFC teams, another trend that worries me a little bit. But Rams are certainly pumped and look like a team on the rise. The Dolphins, really good roster. Tyreek Hill, Tua, Jalen Waddle. It's going to be a challenge for this Rams secondary for sure. But maybe if we can get to Tua a few times, that could alter the outcome in our favor. But we'll talk more about that at a roundtable. We'll talk extensively about this Rams-Dolphins matchup, get into the stats, key matchups, keys to victories, keys to victory, all that good stuff. Hey, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Really appreciate it. Out here from Rams Up.